Good afternoon, this is Sean Will with Paradise Veggies. It is Monday, May 6th. I am here at garden bed number 2 where I have my leafy greens. Of course, my pride and joy is my tree kale, and I cannot believe that it's this healthy, that it's this big. I bought 2 originally, and the other one down here looks a lot more like I thought it would. It's all bent over. It's not doing too great. You can see my red Russian kale down here is just, it first got infested by bugs, now the sun is tearing it apart. Arizona is really not the best place to grow kale. It barely gets cool enough, or I guess it doesn't stay cool enough long enough, and so once it starts to warm up, it hits that 80 degrees, high 70s, the plant weakens, it gets infested by bugs. I've azomited the heck out of it, but it just doesn't particularly like the heat and sun. However, one thing I will say is that Swiss chard absolutely loves the sun. It loves the heat, and this stuff will grow pretty far into summer as long as you're keeping it watered. That's one thing I will say. The other thing is one of the first things I noticed when I was gardening is that if you have a plant that is obviously getting food from the ground, but it's sitting there and growing based off the sun just coming down and beating on the plant, I really liken it to eating the sun's energy. And funny enough, I came across a packet of seeds, and it was called Liquid Sunshine, and it was a brassica, a green leafy plant. It wasn't a Swiss chard, it wasn't a kale, but funny, I was able to make that connection. Up here in the top of the bed, I have carrots that are interplanted with Brussels sprouts. It's way too hot for that, but the Brussels sprouts are helping keep a nice little microclimate shade going on to grow the carrots. And then once I eat all the carrots, I'll end up feeding all this leafy stuff to my chickens, which will give me eggs. Down here, I think this is broccoli rabe. I had a bunch of old packets that I was just trying to get rid of and grow, so I'm not really sure. I have carrots interplanted in here, and then of course my basil. I'm controlling myself from using any of the basil. I want my plants to be really, really big because I love to make pesto. Basil is probably one of the most used vegetables that I grow. 3 plants probably won't be enough for me, but I'm trying to grow it a little bit bigger this year instead of having multiple plants, so that I can constantly be rotating between them and not having to throw so much out. So I hope you guys like my videos. Post, comments, subscribe. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye.